We're about to show you a preview of Ubisoft's new shoot-'em-up Haze.
Plus, we've got the latest on the new Tom Clancy franchise. X-Play starts right now.
X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, we drink the sweet nectar of Haze in our preview of the long-awaited first-person shooter from Ubisoft. Then we've got your all-access pass to an exclusive WWE event. You'll see wrestling superstars step into the virtual squared circle to play WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2009. Plus, Mr. Sark is back with another gamer challenge that will have you dressed in your most formal flak jacket. Smile, it's game time.
X-Play, a show that once shot a man for snoring. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Kristen Holt. I'm filling in for Adam, who got leprosy. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Thursday, April 3rd. On today's show, we go head-to-head to discuss in-game advertising. Is it a distracting necessity or an annoying money grab?
Then superstar wrestlers like Elijah Burke and Carlito square off in WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2009, and we've got your all-access pass. Plus, Mr. Sark is here with another X-Play Gamer Challenge, this time for Rainbow Six Vegas 2. But first, let's go over to Kristen, who has all of the top headlines in today's gaming update.
The PC version of Madden NFL 2009 has been canceled. EA Sports President Peter Moore admits the PC presents EA Sports with a number of serious business challenges in the U.S., mainly caused by the huge number of people who are playing sports games on consoles. This is an interesting decision for EA, considering this year marks the 20th anniversary for the franchise. Xbox 360 owners might be a bit disappointed to hear that the Call of Duty 4 Variety Map Pack has been delayed. While many were expecting the pack to hit the marketplace late last night, the maps will instead be released early this Friday morning. PlayStation 3 owners looking forward to the Variety Map Pack will have to wait another 3 weeks. LucasArts has announced that Star Wars The Force Unleashed, one of the developer's most ambitious projects to date, will hit store shelves on September 16th. As Darth Vader's secret apprentice, gamers will assist the Dark Lord in his quest to rid the universe of Jedi. The game's storyline takes place between the events of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Episode 4, A New Hope. And finally, Ubisoft has officially revealed Tom Clancy's Hawk, an on-air combat game that is currently in development at Ubisoft's Bucharest studio. Gamers will soon be able to pilot over 50 technologically advanced fighters while teaming up with 4 players in the game's co-op campaign. This game will also feature 16-player online battles and is expected to be released this fall. That's all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay for up-to-the-minute video game news. But now, let's go over to Morgan. Well, she's got a preview we thought we'd never see.
Thanks, Kristen. Now, nectar is not just for bees anymore. Evidently, kind of like the super soldier serum that created Captain America. Confused? Well, take a look at our preview for the oft-delayed first-person shooter, Haze. If you've been waiting patiently for Ubisoft Haze,
Bring it on, bad guys!
well, the wait's not quite over yet, but it's getting closer, so here's what we know so far. It's the year 2048, and you're Shane Carpenter, a newly enlisted soldier for Mantle Global Industries. An expert in things biomedical, Mantle offers cutting-edge military equipment like the performance-enhancing drug Nectar.
Hey, Carpenter, you find things a whole lot easier with a dose of nectar in your blood.
You'll fight the good fight in South America, where you battle the guerrilla faction known as the Promised Hand. Fortunately, you'll have access to some of the fastest vehicles, deadliest weapons, and of course, the all-important nectar.
I think you'll be okay now.
And like so many professional athletes before you, you'll find that you can do almost anything with the help of this magical nutritional supplement. Not only does nectar improve your strength, aim, speed, and sight, it also enables you to endure more injuries and cause more damage to your enemies. Your weapons will run the gamut from knives to assault rifles to grenades. And as you know, if you get hurt, just have some of that sweet, sweet nectar. You can play single-player campaigns, but since there's no I in warfare, you also have the option to play co-op campaigns with up to 4 players. And in co-op, players are able to drop in and out of games in progress. So keep your futuristic pants on and we'll keep you up to date with all the Haze-related news. Ooh, is that multiplayer we smell?
For even more coverage on the game, head on over to g4tv.com/Haze to see additional Haze videos. Now, if you like the idea of going to school for magic...
Honestly, Manakamiya Whatever is not a great title, and the marketing team behind it should be beaten. Simple names sell games. In today's X List, we're looking at the top 5 games with forgettable titles. Number 5 is Infinite Undiscovery, the upcoming RPG from Square and Tri-Ace. How do you undiscover something and infinitely?
At number 4 is Dot Hack GU Volume 2 Reminisce. This is just another chapter in the endless manga and video game series. At 3 is the game we just reviewed, Manakamiya Alchemist of Alrevis. How is a kid supposed to get his parents to buy that?
It's hopeless. Number 2 is The Ark of Nepishtim, another Japanese RPG with a nonsense name, but it's got nothing on our number 1. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Raidu Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army. Unsurprisingly, this is the one Shin Megami Tensei game that doesn't fetch a high price on eBay.
Up next on X-Play, we go head-to-head to talk about the impact of in-game advertising and how it's changing the games you play. Then Mr. Sark is back with another gamer challenge that requires you to put your best face forward. Plus, we have an all-access pass to a star-studded WWE SmackDown vs. Raw event.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ashley from WWE. You're watching X-Play, so stick around. You don't want to miss what's coming up next.
Welcome back to X-Play. Whether it's the diesel vans in Burnout Paradise or Axe body spray signage everywhere in Rainbow Six Vegas, in-game advertising is hard to escape these days. What's behind this trend and is it here to stay? Let's find out as we go head-to-head.
The latest generation of consoles has brought online gaming to the mainstream, and in-game advertising has come along for the ride. With game budgets beginning to rival Hollywood blockbusters and piracy on the rise, developers have opened up their fantasy worlds to commercialism. Who can blame them? It's estimated that revenues could total $1.8 billion by 2010. But how far will this trend go, and how will it impact your favorite game? Joining us today from New York, the CEO of in-game advertising company Double Fusion, Jonathan Epstein. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks for having me.
Also joining us today, managing partner for the game agency and former brand director for Atari, Stephen Baer. Welcome to our show.
Thanks very much. Good to be here.
Well, Stephen, we're going to start with you. Why do we need in-game ads in the first place?
Well, I guess there are two different audiences that you asked that to, right? A publisher is going to use in-game advertising just to drive incremental revenue, and a brand is going to use in-game advertising for additional exposure. But when you think about it, there are really 3 reasons why a brand should be doing in-game advertising. 1 is to enhance the gamer experience. 2 is to weave their brand into a storyline like you can do in no other medium. And 3 is to capture data on consumers. What are they like? What are they doing? And that's something that really you can do in no other entertainment media.
All right, Jonathan, I do want to ask, Stephen mentioned enhancing the gamer experience. Do you think that that's actually true? Does in-game advertising enhance the gamer's experience?
Well, that's a great question. I think there's a couple ways in which it can, and if done improperly, it certainly can damage a gamer experience. So it's really important for companies like Double Fusion that are in our business, when working with our publishers, to be remarkably careful and authentic about how brands are portrayed. So one benefit to the gamer who is, you know, the end customer, is realism. So certainly when you look at sports games and urban world games, sports games are generally made to be simulation of TV sports broadcasts. So a lot of the paradigms that you might see when watching a sporting event on TV, without that, it actually lacks dimension in a game. So in-game advertising certainly makes sporting games more real. And when you have games that are set in urban environments, there's often signage and billboards. And if you're supposed to be in a real world, then having fake billboards or actually none detracts from the realism of the game.
All right, Stephen, so, I mean, taking that point, do you think that there are video games that ads do not belong in? Is there a genre of video game that should not have ads in it at all?
Sure, Jonathan's absolutely right. There are plenty of genres that make sense and plenty that don't. It's like a smell test, right? So if it smells like an ad, it doesn't make sense. If it smells like a storyline, it does.
My question as a gamer is that I'm looking at all these ads. Why am I still paying $60 for a game where I am staring at ads the entire time?
You're absolutely right. It has to make sense. It has to be part of the storyline. It has to enhance the experience. Or to Jonathan's point, it needs to be a natural fit. So in a baseball stadium, if you go to a Yankees game, you're obviously going to experience the ads around you. It would be odd if you were to play a game and it was the same simulation but with all that not there. It needs to absolutely be a natural.
You guys are basically saying that in-game advertisers need to exercise some restraint.
Absolutely.
And as a gamer, I would like to, of course, say that we would also like to see a little price difference in the games where we're staring at ads. I know that a lot of games with in-game advertising are now moving to the free model, which I think is awesome for gamers and is really exciting for people. Jonathan and Stephen, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
for having us.
To be here.
Let's go back to Kristen.
When XPlay returns, Mr. Sark will unveil his latest Sinister Gamer Challenge. But first, we have a poll question for you. Does in-game advertising affect your gaming experience? Is your answer A, yes, B, no, or C, tune into XPlay weeknights at 8. Log on to g4tv.com/XPlay and let us know. We'll have the results later in the show. Stay with us. We'll return right after this.
Hey everybody, this is CM Punk and you're watching XPlay. Don't change the channel or you're gonna go to sleep.
Welcome back to XPlay. Last week, Mr. Sark dared you to take to the courts in a cross-console NBA 2K dunk contest. He's back again with another challenge that could involve some tear-streaked mascara and a stash. Take a look.
Hey XPlayers, Mr. Sark here in XPlay's Game Lab. When faced with a hostage crisis or an imminent act of terrorism, why do presidents and prime ministers have Rainbow Six on speed dial? Is it their gadgets? Their training? No. It's because no other military guys out there look this good. This week we're doing a little fashion show. All you need to enter is Rainbow Six Vegas 2, an Xbox Live Vision Cam or a PS3i, and maybe just a dab of your mom's foundation. Now with your camera plugged in, load up Vegas 2 and create a new character. Select the option to take a picture and use that picture as your character's face. Now once you got your face on, get a screen grab or even take a picture of your TV with a digital camera and email me the picture at mrsark@g4tv.com. I'll be looking for faces that fit into one of the following categories: model/counter-terrorist, should have been drowned at birth, and face you least want to see creeping up behind you when you peek over your shoulder. Faces I won't accept are pictures of celebrities, pictures of babies, and Michael Myers, even though those are three of my favorite things. The deadline for submissions will be Sunday, April 6th at midnight, Pacific Standard Time. I'll be contacting the winners and inviting them to in-game photo shoots so that their beautiful bone structures can be remembered for all time.
Mr. Sark, welcome back. You're kind of freaky, but I like you.
All right.
So I heard about this contest and I decided to create my own little submission.
Okay.
So I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but can you tell me what you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
I want honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Be straight with me. Okay?
All right, let's see it. Hit me with it.
What do you think?
Wow. You look like a javelina.
Oh, I kind of do, actually. That's kind of sad. Thank you, though.
In a good way, though.
For your honesty. Did I say honesty? I meant... Anyways, remember, all the beautiful winners of Mr. Sark's X-Play Gamer Challenge get T-shirts from Jinx Clothing. And if you don't win, you can always buy your own at jinx.com. Let's go back over to Morgan.
Thanks, Kristen. Now, when X-Play returns, we use our all-access pass to meet Elijah, Carlito, Layla, and other wrestling superstars and play WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. But first, let's take a look at who's got the gas in today's leaderboard for Frontline's Fuel of War.
If you dig it.
G4 is like an under-the-bed dwelling troll who mesmerizes you with his glowing chest full of all the fun stuff you're into. And he can help you out with the ladies. He's good with the ladies. Anyhow, G4 is like that, more or less.
Welcome back to X-Play. Earlier in the show, we asked you if in-game advertising affects your experience, with a whopping 41% of you guys saying ads don't matter. Now let's go over to Morgan, who's ready to dish out some testosterone.
Well, with the release of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, THQ recently threw the 6th annual Superstar Challenge at the House of Blues in Orlando. An all-star lineup was there, and we had an all-access pass. Some of the biggest names in professional wrestling got together to kick some ass in the virtual ring for the 6th annual THQ Superstar Challenge. And the smack talk started flying early.
Every single person on that, I'd really like to shut them up. I can't stand any of these contestants, and I'd like to punch them all in the face if I could.
All I really have in my way is Layla. That's my competition.
Oh, I'll shut up anybody. So if I see that I'm actually start losing, instead of throwing my controller at my TV like I normally do, I will hit Kofi with my controller. I have no problem doing that.
I'm going to kick people's heads off, break their thumbs on my shillelagh. I'm going to win.
But when it came to laying down the smack, one person was the clear champion.
Elijah is definitely one of the biggest smack talkers, but, you know, if I got to lose to any one of the WWE divas, I'm glad it's him. He's already told everybody and their mother that he's going to win this thing, and for anyone to shut him up would be a great, great pleasure.
The biggest trash talker, Elijah Wood, come on. You can hear him all the way over there. Seriously, he's the biggest out of them. But he has a right to. He won last year's THQ challenge, so I can't say anything, okay? So I'm going to let him talk.
And trash talk he did.
We'll be doing this all over again. You know, I'm trying to keep this thing on the DL right now. All right, I'm trying not to get too far out there because I know I'm going to have to do a whole lot of talking at the end of the show. But we'll be doing this all over again. I'll go down there. I'll come out on top. I'll prevail. When you got it, you just got it.
Once the matches started, it was clear that Elijah's confidence wasn't all for show. The guy knows how to play.
When I'm beating someone, whether it's in the ring, SmackDown versus Raw, THQ, I'm going to tell them exactly why I'm doing to them what I'm doing, and when I do it, they got to love it. Because they have no other choice.
And at the end of the night, all the other superstars had no choice but to call him champion again.
Basically, I did everything I said I would do, step by step. And yes, there were doubters. Yes, there were those that wanted to see the experience fall. But when all eyes are on me, I always excel. And everybody wants to come out on top, Daddy, but only one can actually be the winner. And you're looking at him.
That's all we have for you on today's show. I'll be back tomorrow with Morgan for a new X-Play at 8. On our next show, we'll have your final 4 picks. We've been pretty accurate so far, so don't miss it.
Then we preview WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 and show you how to create unique finishing moves. Plus, our Will Work for Game series takes an inside look at how Japanese games are localized for U.S. English-speaking Americans.
You're watching the weekend edition of X-Play.
Another episode starts now.